Hello there my fellow holotable heroes and welcome to another Datacron video. So yesterday we had a look at the new focus Datacrons and today we'll be looking at the standard Datacrons that we can farm in Conquest whenever the next volume hits. Is it about 1 week from now-ish, I think? So as always, we'll first go through the stats and then the bonuses, and then at the end of the video we'll as well have a look at the farming list, what I recommend in terms of order of priority for farming these. So in terms of stats, I believe this is the same that we've been having for the past few runs. Quite a good stats overall. Critical damage, obviously health protection, armor penetration on top of the list. Even potency and tenacity can be useful for certain teams. So the one that's meh is critical chance. So overall, again, very good set, pretty good boosts as well in terms of the numbers. So that's good to see. Now in terms of level 3, looks like dark side again a bit weaker than the light side overall. So there are really kind of two, I think, that you will want to look out for. So the first one is, it's the one that also the current set has. So whenever dark side allies use a basic, they gain critical damage up and offense up. I mean, more damage is always good. However, this one could be nice. Whenever dark side ally is use special ability, they also gain 15% turn meter. We had this one a few times before, and it's nice for some extra turns that your guys can get from it. So two solid ones. In terms of light side, they have actually this time 3 solid choices. So we again have bulk crown, we again have 25% turn meter at the start of the battle, and again we do have the one where you get protection up whenever you reach 75, 50 and 25% health for the first time. So these 3 all very good, all around useful ones. Well, maybe turn meter can be situational because there are certain teams that stop turn meter manipulation, but overall, you know, a good choice for light side. Definitely again better than the dark side overall, at least when we look at level 3s. Level 6, the previous one was not that great. It was a bounty hunter and a droid one, right? So the previous current set was quite weak. This one actually is a bit better, but again a bit limited with factions yet again because it's Bad Batch and Imperial Remnant. However, Imperial Remnants kind of are sprinkled across other teams as well, so it's gonna have a bit more utility, I think, than the Bad Batch. Now, always a rule of a thumb, whichever has the longer description is usually the best. And just looking at the Bad Batch bonuses, all of them are meh, except this one. I think is the only one that actually will boost your Bad Batch, whether old or new. Most about it is about new, but also the old Bad Batch can also benefit. So when Bad Batch is stealth, they gain extra bit of crit chance and crit damage. Then the next couple of bits will apply only to the new batch, because whenever Bad Batch ally uses an ability on a marked enemy, they gain 25% turn meter. And obviously the old Bad Batch, they don't have ways to mark. And next one as well, only for new batch, because when a Bad Batch ally is captive, Bad Batch allies deal additional instance of damage to the target enemy on their turn. And again, something there, but then the rest will apply now as well to the old Bad Batch. Whenever Bad Batch ally defeats an enemy, they reset their cooldowns and gain extra offense, so which is nice. And finally, whenever a Bad Batch ally assists, they gain 20% offense and 20% turn meter. Now even the old Bad Batch, they do have lots of assists in their abilities, so they will be able to benefit from this. Okay, and let's move over to Remnants. Remnants, like Bad Batch, really is only one level that's actually very good, because this one, at the start of battle, all Remnants gain 45% potency and also 20 speed, so extra speed will be nice. However, this sounds absolutely broken, guys. Whenever an Imperial Remnant uses a special ability, all Imperial Remnant allies gain alert for 2 turns. And correct me if I'm wrong, but alert means that whenever another ally uses a special ability, you call to assist. So does that mean, let's say your Gideon is the fastest, he opens up with controller situations, and then gives everybody alert, and then all the subsequent turns you get with other guys, everybody's constantly assisting. Am I understanding this right? If that's how this is gonna work, it sounds quite broken, to be honest. And on top of it all, whenever Imperial Remnant they defeat an enemy, all Imperial Remnant gain 40% offense. And finally, whenever an Imperial Remnant ally is inflicted with a debuff, okay, fine, a little bit of recovery. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with Armor Shred, all Remnants gain extra critical damage. So this bit, I think, sounds like something that could be a bit broken. Because once these guys get going, I don't know. Definitely sounds interesting. There is another level I do want to bring to your attention. This one, whenever Imperial Remnant allies use a special, they stun target enemy which can't be evaded or resisted. This could be useful as well, but especially one of the level 9s we look at, will keep in mind the stuns, okay? So this is the one you really want to go for. This one maybe. Okay, so that's in terms of level 6, so let's hop over to level 9. So in terms of Bad Batch, it's an interesting choice, because the Hunter one, as you can see, it's longer, which means it's really good. But mostly it applies to only mercenary allies, and with Bad Batch, only Hunter and a Wrecker are mercenary, the others don't have mercenary tags. So this almost feels like you wanna use actually then Hunter and Wrecker mercenary with Balon, and then for the new, then maybe you could mix and match the old batch and new batch. And then as well, we'll have a look at as well a leftover Bad Batch, what we could do with them. So let's keep this in mind. So let's say your Omega Bad Batch squad. Crosshair one is nice, like he will lose his stacks of Shaken much faster. So that's a little bit, I guess, nice boost to the Bad Batch. The new ones, again, Hunter Mercenary, I think this could be good with Balon, because mercenaries, Hunter Mercenary gain 30 speed, and other mercenary allies gain 10 speed for each mercenary ally. So if this is Balon squad, Hunter will get 30 speed, and all others, including Balon, Marok, right, Shin, they will gain 50 speed, if I understand this correctly, in a 5v5 situation. And then also Hunter is immune to ability block, cooldown increase, Terminator reaction, fine. However, if again all allies are mercenaries, that's why I'm thinking that this really should be used in a Balon squad. Marked enemies deal 50% less damage. Whenever a marked enemy deals damage to mercenary, dispel all debuffs. I mean, it's around Mark, I guess. Everything around Mark. So this is an interesting, he can all call other mercenary allies with Soldier of Fortune to assist whenever he marks, looks like. Yeah. So this really screams Balon, right? Soldier of Fortune, all mercenaries. This one sounds really good. So I think it should be one of the top ones to get if you do have Balon and new batch. And then the old bad batch, you can just be leftover or something. Dark Trooper, this is an interesting one, because guess what? Whenever Dark Trooper stuns an enemy, Dark Trooper gains 10% critical damage and a 5 speed. There's so many wrong things with this level 9. First of all, Dark Trooper does not stun. So in order for Dark Trooper to stun, you will need to have level 6 for Imperial Remnants to stun. That's why I said, let's keep this level 6 in mind. Okay, so that's the first thing that's wrong with this level 9. Secondly, Dark Trooper does not care about critical damage, because his basic cannot crit unless he's got advantage on him. And the way he gets advantage on him is to use his special, AoE, and okay, AoE can crit, so this really should be 10% offense. So I don't know, was this meant to be Death Trooper? Because Death Trooper does stun on his basic if he deals damage to a dazed enemy. So I don't know, this just feels like a mistake. I don't know about you guys. I just did want to bring it to your attention. If you do want to have, I guess, one for what's it called, the your Veers Trooper squad, you could go for level 6 stun and then level 9 Dark Trooper and see if it gets to do anything. Echo, still remember when I said let's put both new batch mercenaries, so Hunter and Wrecker mercenary under Balin, then Omega can lead Batcher, Crosshair with Crosshair Omicron, and then as well you could throw in, I don't know, some other guys like Tech, OG Wrecker maybe, I don't know. And then what will happen is then Echo now we usually now use with Queen Amidala. So if you do use Queen Amidala, you could have Echo in there with his level 9, and whenever he uses basic ability, he or other allies gain 25% turn meter. So this is very nice because obviously even Shakti, right, she can call Echo to assist. If she uses middle special, he gets 100% turn meter. So this could actually benefit a lot Queen Amidala. So that's kind of my thinking of splitting Bad Batch. Night Trooper, the longer the better, right? So Night Trooper, he gains extra potency and extra speed. Whenever enemy is inflicted with Blight, they inflict themselves with another stack, so more Blight. I believe this means Night Trooper is dealing more damage, am I right? Whenever an enemy that already had Blight is inflicted with another stack of Blight by an ally, inflict Blight on another random enemy, so again, more Blight. And next bit, whenever Night Trooper uses Shambling Shot, they gain additional 3 stacks of Blight. More Blight, see, and whenever an ally or enemy is inflicted with Blight, Night Trooper recovers health and gains 25 offense per stack. Did we have this one before already, where they were actually able to take down Jabba, or was that a different one? So you can definitely see how Night Trooper could juice up his damage very quickly with all these additional ways to gain stack of Blight. And obviously, even though he's an Imperial Remnant, we do use him with Night Sisters, or you could use him with Enoch as well in a free situation. So definitely this one, I think, again, high priority to get. Now Dark Trooper Moff Gideon one is not bad, but there is a better one for Dark Trooper Moff Gideon further down. Omega is meh, like Wrecker is okay, I guess. Like the issue with Wrecker is he only taunts like really if he's in a Bad Batch squad, and we are kind of already I guess splitting our Bad Batch between Mercenary, Queen Amidala and Omega. So unless you're really still running a full Bad Batch squad, not sure how much use this will have. I mean, one thing could be interesting. I don't know how much mileage you can get out of it, but he could be sort of a plug and play tank. He put Watt in there, he puts tank tech on him, but then he never loses the taunt, I guess. So I don't know. I mean, maybe a nice one to have if you do plan to run a full Bad Batch squad, but otherwise not that great. Scout Trooper meh. And this is the one when I said Dark Trooper Moff Gideon ones is not bad, but I think Moff Gideon's is better. We had this one before and it was pretty good. Because Moff Gideon, whenever he's inflicted with a debuff or gains a buff, he gains a stack of Insight and Stealth for 1 turn. When he gains 4 stacks of Insight, he gains 100% turn meter once every 4 turns. Once every 4 turns. Okay, sure. And whenever an Imperial Remnant ally is inflicted with a debuff, they recover health and protection. Whenever enemy is inflicted with Armor Shred, blind all enemies. So Moff Gideon on his special middle one, he inflicts Armor Shred and this will inflict blind on everybody. And finally, this is the bit that I remember was pretty powerful. Whenever he uses his AoE, he deals bonus massive damage to all enemies which can't be evaded. So definitely think this is the one to go for. At least that's what we had last time. So as you can see, Imperial Remnants, especially with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, it's a full Remnant squad, could be broken with that level 6 on Alert and level 9 on Moff Gideon. Will it be enough to stop Admiral Raddus Cheese? I don't know, let's hope so, otherwise it's not gonna get a whole lot of use there on defense, but on offense, lots of versatility for sure. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's just quickly have a look at the farming list I put together on my Swag of Life website. Again, this is just a starting point. As you probably know, it's fully customizable. You can reorder them in terms of what the priorities you like. You can remove Datacrons. You can then add the new combinations if you like, and obviously you can share your list with others. If you got multiple accounts, again, you can add more lists in here so you can follow your farming progress. So I guess the top three ones I think that I absolutely personally really want to have is Night Trooper level 9, as mentioned before, very powerful, either with Enoch or Great Mothers, and then Moff Gideon for the Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, and then a Hunter Mercenary for your Balin Mercenary squad. So these ones I think are absolutely necessary. All other level 9s are kind of okay-ish, but these three are I think are absolute must-have from what I see. And again, in terms of level 6, straightforward. Remnants, you want the long one, right, with the alert. And then Bad Batch, you want again the long one with the whole stealth, attacks out of turn and everything, bonuses. So very straightforward in terms of farming. Now in terms of the actual level 3s, again, you can't go wrong with either on the dark side, getting 15% turn meter on special or buffs on basic. I prefer buffs on basic for the most part because imagine even like here with the alert, right? Moff Gideon opens up, everybody get alert, the next unit uses special, everybody assist, and suddenly everybody got offense up, critical damage up, and then the third guy that uses, suddenly your assists are doing a bunch of damage. So that's why I'm leaning more towards buffs on basic. Then for here, the Datacron with only 2 light side mercenaries in there won't do a whole lot. It's only 15% extra for them. And then what was the protection up again? You know, it's only 2 light side, so at least give them extra bonus turn meters so they can go out, mark somebody and everything. And then for the new batch, again, Crosshair I think is better because Hunter ones is good, but it's all about mercenaries really. Probably Datacron for them. You want to have Datacron for Amidala, and then for Echo, feeding turn meter to the rest of the team. Like Veers, I said this just feels wrong because then you have to take the weaker modifier, and also the Veers troopers usually just have 1 remnant on the squad anyways. I don't know. It just feels like a missed opportunity to actually boost Dark Trooper to something meaningful. But obviously buffs on basic with Veers would be absolutely huge. Whenever they gain buff, more turn meter. And then if you are planning to use all batch squad, again, turn meter is nice for them so they can get started. And Wrecker there with the taunt and removing turn meter. So there you go, very straightforward list overall, but definitely these top 3 are a must have. The rest is like, you know, whatever, which is good because then at least leaves you some capacity to go for, you know, a couple of focus Datacrons as well, depending on what you want to do. But as we already discussed in the previous video, definitely want to have the focus Datacron that, for the Star Killer, and as well the one for Palpatine Mara looks really good as well. Thank you for watching, I'll see you in the next one, but until then, have fun, enjoy your life, and may the RNG be with you, my friends.